Hi, Peter Boolkah here. Welcome to today's edition of the Transition Guide. Now, joining me is Eugene from Align Systems. And today we're going to be talking about software management platforms. How do we control the priorities, the setting of tasks, etc., using software? Thanks for joining me, Eugene.
Peter, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
So we are currently in Atlanta. We're at the Scale Up Summit. And one of the tools that we have available to us when people are implementing scaling up is the Align software.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about Align software.
Sure. So Align is a growth management software platform that really is intended for small and medium-sized growing businesses. And our purpose is really to help companies and their people align on their journey to success. And the way that we think companies can do that is by really implementing good business habits as part of their everyday routines. And what we mean by good business habits really boils down to strategic planning and execution against that strategic plan.
And I think you'll probably have noticed it, that the biggest challenge a lot of companies have out there is they'll spend ages doing a plan. And I'm sure you can relate to this, where you spend ages doing a plan. It's fantastic, you feel really good about it, but then it's on a piece of paper that gets lodged away somewhere in a drawer.
Yep.
And where actually the leader of the business knows the plan, he's got the plan in their head, they've got the plan in their head. However, the leader themselves, they're not enforcing it through the business. So what happens is you get massive slippage, your team are not exactly helping you execute it. 2 years down the line, yeah, we did a fantastic plan, but it never happens.
Right. And I think one of the great benefits of having a software platform that can be accessed on any device and anywhere is that when you create that plan and you invite your fellow either executive or management team members or the rest of the entire organization, is that they now have visibility into that plan. It's something that they will look at either maybe once a day or once a week to remind them what are the critical priorities that I am supposed to be working on that are going to help this company move forward and achieve the goals that we have set out for ourselves when we did that original strategic planning session.
And interestingly, from a coach's point of view, I find that with my clients, I get clients that either fall into one or two categories. They either nail it, and they're fantastic at using it, or you get companies that are not so good at using it, and you get the excuses that, well, I cannot be bothered to log in, or it's too much effort. I mean, have you sort of overcome stuff like that?
So we hear that all the time. We hear a lot of CEOs and executives who say, I couldn't imagine introducing another piece of software to my teams. And what we say is that Align is really not a tool for you to use in your business. We are not a CRM or a QuickBooks or Salesforce, something that you're using constantly. Ideally, we are trying to instill habits. And so if you can be disciplined as a leader and get your team members to go into Align 5 minutes in the morning and update huddle information if you have participating in huddles within your organization, and then 5 minutes in the afternoon to update your KPIs or your metrics that you're measuring as to your performance and execution, what you will note over 30 days or 90 days of being consistent in doing that is that you will have achieved, or you have a much greater sense of achievement. You can see, what did I really accomplish? How well did I actually perform?
And there lies the problem, because actually now we've got full visibility around performance. And for so many people, because we don't have visibility, normally we don't have great visibility, they normally are allowed to operate without necessarily being seen what they're not doing. As soon as we use something like Align, the reality is, hey, you're on stage.
That's right. It creates incredible accountability, transparency, and visibility. So in the Align software, it's all color-coded, red, yellow, and green. So as a supervisor, you can see how well your team individually is performing very quickly just by seeing, are their tasks complete? Have they gotten to a green or a yellow level of their priorities, but yet are achieving and are on their way towards achievement? So if you have employees who are in the red, you can very quickly see who needs to be addressed and what the holdup is.
And from my experience personally with my clients that use this effectively, we call them the bullshitters out there. You know, the performers that just yab. They've done it for years, where they talk about performance but never actually deliver. It soon becomes apparent who is on the bus, who can deliver, who cannot. And I found it to be a really effective tool in either helping people improve their performance or actually helping people performance manage. Because you know how so many people are scared to performance manage people because a lot of it is done in emotion. A lot of people think, okay, well, I'm going to do it because it's how I feel. And actually this is fact-based, so it takes the feeling out of it, which really makes it pretty much straightforward when it comes to dealing with people.
It's just very objective. You know, this is the goal that you set for yourself at the start of the quarter. Let's say we're now 4 weeks into the quarter. How far are you along? How much have you achieved? And do you believe that as we continue through the 14 weeks of that quarter, you will get to the end and have that complete?
Now, for everyone sort of tuning into today's episode, the one thing I'd say to you, if you're really frustrated about doing plans not being executed, your team are not doing what you say, they're not completing their tasks on time, and you find it really difficult to manage them, and you avoid managing because you don't want conflict and all that stuff, this is definitely going to be a tool that's going to aid you in driving your business forward. The reality is this: your business isn't going to drive itself forward. You need your people on the bus to actually help you move the business forward. You need people to play their part in the growth of your business. And if you're carrying passengers, there's only so much you're going to be able to do that before you run out of cash. And that's the worst thing you can possibly do. So if someone wants to really try out Align,
sure.
What's the process?
So our website is www.align, that's ALIGN, today.com. You can go to aligntoday.com. You can sign up for a free trial. We offer a 21-day free trial so that you can start seeing how the functionality and the features of the platform work.
Why 21 days?
We've just discovered through our experience that is enough time to learn whether or not this is a tool that's going to work for you and your business. It doesn't take long to know whether you are going to be disciplined enough that this is the type of tool that's going to help you.
And that's the word, isn't it? Disciplined enough.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Align is only as good as the information that you put into it, so that it can show you how well you're actually doing and how well your teams are doing. And if you are not disciplined enough, just to go in 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, you're not going to grow your business.
And the other thing is, if you're not disciplined in doing that particular area of your business, those particular tasks, where else are you ill-disciplined?
That's right. And it really helps you focus. It lets you figure out what are the most important things that I need to be working on to drive my business forward.
Yep.
And this keeps them top of mind because it's really very priority execution based. You establish what you want to achieve. You figure out how am I going to measure whether or not I actually achieved it. And this way you create a reminder to yourself, this is what I need to be focused on in terms of driving the strategic success of my business.
And let's say at the end of 21 days, they want to take it forward.
Sure, we offer two pricings. You can it's $10 per user per month on an annual contract, or $12 per user month to month.
So yeah, and
it's a very affordable software. This isn't some huge enterprise piece of software. It's a SaaS base, so you just simply log on to the web and access it from anywhere through a mobile device as well, and you can track all of your priorities as well as how well your teams are doing.
Well, thank you for today. Really appreciate speaking to you. If you want to look at sort of how you can have priorities in your business tracked, you're looking at accountability in your business and you think this might be right for you, head over to Boolkah.com, get in contact, and let's see how we can help you get your priorities and planning, bring them to life, and help you grow your business. And remember, failing to learn is learning to fail.